lifetime so far. I mean, the people who took the footage believed it to be a UFO, but it's not a UFO. And you can see the wings on it. It is the flying dragon mentioned in Revelations, you know, that's coming, that's going to hurl meteorites, brimstones to the earth. That's what it is. You see the planet very clearly in the middle, and it is coming, you know, it's making its way around. And like I said, we're going to get hit by this debris tail. And then right here is you're starting to see in the middle of it where the light is, when the NIBIRU is, you're going to see the cross. You know, and that's the sign of the coming of Christ. That's the sign right there. You know, and you'll see the cross right there. And like I said, this is the most amazing footage ever that I ever seen of NIBIRU. Raptor News.
Shaped ship appeared over the Air Force Base. These cigar-shaped ships were over a mile in length. One of them landed on the airport landing strip area. When it touched the ground, it created an earthquake like about a 3.5 to 4. It terrified everybody in the area. The back of this craft opened up, and several hundred young men with huge, heavy weapons came out of two sides of the ship and formed a protection line around the ship. And the people at that Air Force Base, the commander, had a meeting with the individuals that were aboard this ship. And this particular race that landed those ships and that are seen in these huge cigar-shaped ships, they are a black race. They look like African Americans. They were about 6'4", 6'5". These tight-fitting black leather outfits on, and the weapons that they came out of the ships with, they were huge weapons. And if you've ever seen a race of people that were conquerors, that had never been conquered, they've got this look about them of arrogance. That is exactly what these extraterrestrials had, and they informed these people at this American Air Force Base that not only were they from a militaristic society, but they had controlled a large portion of the galaxy that we live in.
Whoa. Hang on. Elijah, you're one of us.
Now understand what I'm saying to you, because when Cameron was in the airport and a black man said, "Why you don't film people with black people in it?" He said, "I did. They're blue." The movie Avatar. He doesn't dig in Iceland or Greenland. He digs in Africa, he digs in India, he digs in South America. And everywhere he finds black people buried. So you have to understand the war that destroyed this plane of existence, where the people that I showed you, the deep black people, who were spirit-bound people, whose melanin used to be what I call prismatic melanin. Prismatic meaning that his consciousness or your emotions used to change the color and the black, and used to glow the color of your emotions. Red, green, blue, the chakra colors. And that's why you could see Senegalese today. If you go to Senegal, black, and they have some kind of blue over the top of their eyes, and the red or the green on the side of their faces. How is it that a man or woman so black they're green, or so black they're blue? Are you understanding and understanding exactly that they are the remnants of the original people that were here? Now understand what I'm saying to you, because when Cameron was in the airport and a black man said, why you don't film people with black people in it? He said, I did. They're blue. The movie Avatar. Understand and understood that you are not what you are. You have been deficient. Remember I tell you that your melanin right now is not really glowing at what it's supposed to be. Why? Because if you ever look at dirt brown, just like that. But what grow from dirt? The green, the blues, the clouds, the flowers. Well, that's what's wrong with you right now. You don't have the green hue that grows from the brown earth. And your face and everything, your body, you have been deprived, you have been decommissioned from your true nature. And you do not, that's why the animals don't want to talk with you anymore. You vibrate an alien energy.
So just like the plants, when they're alive, they're green, and when they're dying, they turn brown?
Look at you. You're seeing it. You're seeing it now, right?
Yeah.
You go from what? Summer? To what?
Fall.
Aha.
Fall.
Now, what happened to the green in the fall? It turned brown.
Wow.
So what happened with the fall of man? You coming out of your prismatic melanin. You came out of the fact that you had a connection to your chakras, and those chakras were your power. That was your energy patterns that you used to dynamo. There's the dynamos that used to grow, that used to spin, and you used to create instantaneously. You used to turn waves into matter just by thinking it, just by imagining it. This entire plane was actually crystal. You were on a giant crystal. And the crystal was the harmonic interchange between you and your thoughts. Where did all the dirt come from? Where did all the earth come from? The earth came later, after you were convinced that your thinking and the creation that you were dealing with was not real. Somebody convinced you that that was only your illusion, that your ability to create instantaneously with your thoughts were nothing but an illusion.
For anyone looking to expand their consciousness, I highly recommend this movie/documentary, all right? It's called Blacks and UFOs, all right? This was on Tubi. I caught this on Tubi. It's a phenomenal watch. I highly recommend getting your pen and pad ready. It's very informative, a lot of information. The individuals in this documentary/movie had direct contact with extraterrestrial biological entities. They actually encountered a Nordic race referred to as the Palladians. They stated that these individuals kind of glided across the floor. They didn't walk like us. They kind of slid across the floor, if you may. That's pretty much how they depicted their way of transportation. They kind of levitated above the floor and kind of just floated, in a sense. These Nordic beings are from the Pleiades star system, and they come from a planet referred to as Aldebaran. This woman right here is named Lady Athena, okay? She's the individual that stated that she had direct contact with the faction, an extraterrestrial faction, a Nordic group referred to as Ashtar Command. Goes by the name, once again, of Athena Sharan, okay? You can look her up. You can dive down the rabbit hole and check out some of the books. She came out with several publications in reference to these Nordic extraterrestrial beings. This documentary also showed how we have the ability of channeling these entities, okay? They were doing chants. They would get together in a park. They would form a circle. They would actually put their crystals in the center, and they would actually chant simultaneously, and lo and behold, a UFO would appear, all right? And they confirmed that they had direct connection with the Anunnaki. And the Anunnaki does have the ability of actually communicating through our vessels. They can channel through us. That's why it's important to decalcify your pineal gland and to make sure that your cosmic gateway is clear, so you have the ability of reaping the benefits of cosmic knowledge, all right, and access of the Akashic records, and also channeling these entities, all right? Believe it or not, these entities are always watching. They have the ability of actually cloaking their ships that make them blend in directly with the clouds. A lot of times you can look in the sky and you really want to pay attention to cloud formations. Sometimes it can be a UFO sitting up there. All the prophecies you hear about in the Bible where these beings were actually going into transcendental states of consciousness and prophesying information, they were actually channeling extraterrestrials. Extraterrestrials were using their avatar to actually explain future events through these so-called prophets. This is why I tell you, get your lion's mane, okay, to regenerate damaged brain cells and decalcify your pineal gland. Also get your blue lotus and mugwort. I do have them both available on Holistic Remedies for Ascension, link in bio. Newsflash to all the Bible thumpers. Angels are aliens, okay, or extraterrestrials. Extraterrestrial mean extra terra, okay, meaning earth or land.
Yeah.
Astro meaning coming from space or coming from out of this world. So extraterrestrial biological entities is when it's an entity that's alive, all right? So angels, if they're not from here, or demons, or any entity that's depicted in the Bible that actually came into this atmosphere would be actually an extraterrestrial in a sense. So all the angels that you talk, most people argue over semantics. And the angels that you're talking about and worshiping are actually extraterrestrials, all right? It's a coincidence that angels have wings and they also depict the Anunnaki with wings as well. It's not a coincidence. And like I stated, I actually communicated with these beings firsthand, all right? These entities do exist. We are in an age of awakening and all will be revealed, okay? The age of believing is over, all right? We are in an age of knowing. Peace and love to everyone.
If it was just a craft, I think the government would readily disclose that. And yes, there were outer space beings on the craft. I think the government would disclose that eventually. But the fact that these beings had DNA that was found in the human genome, I think that is the actual secret of Roswell. I think that is a core secret of why the government will not talk about Roswell. All humans are, in fact, alien DNA enhanced, but others were more enhanced than most humans, and that these more enhanced humans were of particular interest to CIA. Now, I didn't put it all together back then, but now I believe that this is part of the Roswell story that was never told, that whatever craft was recovered, and that whoever the occupants were in that craft, that when the scientists were able to sequence the human genome and then went back at CIA to look at the genome of any recovered alien beings, they were surprised to find that what the alien DNA looked like was also in humans. But this was the way I connected the dots, because I wanted to understand exactly what Roswell was all about. Why is it such a secret that a spacecraft crashed and there may have been occupants on board? Why is that such a military secret? Of course, you can say it was the Cold War, but the Cold War has been over since 1991, and still there's this secrecy over Roswell.
When it comes to these, I want to bring it back to these actual entities.
Yeah.
Do we know, or we do have an understanding of how many of them we're talking about and the variety of them?
Well, yeah, there is a variety, and we have a certain number of different things. But the total numbers of what's interacting with us on Earth, I mean, nobody knows that. And I mean,
but there's an understanding of some that they do believe are interacting with us, and there's a variety in terms of there's variables.
Yeah, I talked to people who are familiar with the biological analysis and everything. So we have some idea, not a complete picture, because it's you're looking at it, it's well, I don't even understand the physiology at all. It's what the heck? It's way different, right? So we have at least
a description of this physiology.
Yeah, no, I was in the room when be careful. I don't want to. I was in Washington, D.C. with a very number of senior people that work for members of Congress, put it that way, when I was still in government. And I brought the people who worked on that stuff to the Hill. I mean, this is why the members were so confident to put out the Schumer Amendment and stuff. And I was like, please explain. And they went into all those details and stuff. And I remember, some of the professional staff members were like, whoa, like they were like in G-lock, right? Because I mean, it like a total world bubble got burst right there for a lot of people. And so we have some idea. It's not a complete picture. I mean, it's just like, but you're not even bringing in the right people. Like I think about my friend and colleague, Dr. Gary Nolan, which I started the Soul Foundation nonprofit with. I mean, he's like, Nobel level biologist, virologist. Like he's the guy that you would want on it, but he's not on it. So I think we can make a lot of progress in our understanding once again if this is more broadly studied in an open environment.
Headed up to here with grainy bullshit UFO videos shot on some guy's cracked HTC One? If so, because I'm such a giver, I have a present for you. 23 years ago today, a Sussex police air support helicopter reported a bizarre hurtling canister-looking thing, tic-tac, object above the city of Brighton. The police chopper followed the object and ended up filming what I believe to be the first official film of a legit tic-tac UFO. They first captured it on infrared, which is here, amazing, and I've restored it for you. Then, and this is important, they filmed it on standard video. Confirmed gold standard tic-tac UFO event, and long before the era of CGI. This was in 2000. So I upscaled the resolution of the video, adjusted the frame rate, codec, aspect ratio, and the bit rate, and I sprinkled holy water on it, and it all helped a bit. But holy shit, this is a smoking gun. Check out my new Discord, by the way, for Probe the Deep. Also, leave any leads or theories in the comments, and enjoy this one.
Popeyes. Huh? Popeyes. Y'all ain't got no churches. Dude, look at that shit. I don't know what the fuck that is, man. I see what it is, Jim. What is it? It looks like it close up.
Retrocedemos brevemente en el.
And look, this is the same one that I recorded when I was like on the border of like Mexico and Texas area. Like this is crazy.
Tiempo para trasladarnos a uno de los avistamientos más alucinantes del año 2019, precisamente sobre la capital de Cuba.
Mira, esto es como un extraterrestre, algo así.
En las imágenes estamos presenciando de un objeto en forma de boomerang, que se mantiene levitando a baja altura sobre una localidad de La Habana, la tarde del pasado 8 de julio del año 2019. En la parte inferior del objeto, se observa una especie de energía antigravitacional, que realiza rotaciones bajo su propio eje, mientras se encuentra suspendido sobre la localidad de Cerro en La Habana, ante la mirada de varios testigos.
Mira, esto es como un extraterrestre, algo así.
Según el portal Código Oculto, las imágenes fueron viralizadas por el periodista cubano Juan Manuel Cao, a través de un residente anónimo de la comunidad Cerro de La Habana, quien presenció del acontecimiento, junto a otros testigos.
Parece una broma y no lo es. La imagen de un objeto volador no identificado más realista que yo he visto, que más me ha asombrado.
Y'all said y'all wanted to see some good quality. Me too. Now we see it. Now what y'all gonna say? Y'all gonna say? Like, it looked just like the one that I captured. That's crazy. Like, it was in Cuba. Now look at them shooting that one. Kind of shoot it down.
UFO in Iran.
Just like what the Battle of Los Angeles when they was quote unquote shooting, and it was in news articles, y'all. Take that in consideration. It was in news articles back in the day. They was shooting at it. In LA, the Battle of LA, that's where the movies came from. But they couldn't shoot it down. It's crazy.
And they're still shiny.
No, I see one. Yeah. That ain't a bird, man.
No, it's not a bird.
Birds are not shiny. Somebody's playing with drones right there.
Did you see how one was landing? They landed.
Yeah, now they're way down. Let's get the gun, Chase.
He said, let's get the gun.
Bye.